They had a closet at the school with a bunch of like different horn pieces. I literally put a horn together. Like I just built it.
Built your own trumpet
from pieces. Yeah, I found the body, put valves in it, put all the tuning valves in it, tuning slide in it. Yo, this Koan Kenpachi, Chief Spitter of Daily Bread Productions, and I'm on before the buzz. You know, I grew up in the Ninth Ward from across the canal. I've been into music pretty much my whole life. Started playing when I was 6, instrumental music. Went through elementary school, got really good, went to junior high, got an all-state band, all-city band, started playing music in high school, marching with the band. Always wrote poetry. I've been writing poetry for a long time. I found some poetry I wrote one time. I had to be like 4 or 5.
Dang.
From my grandma. Just found in the closet, dug in the closet somewhere. I was like, damn, I've been doing this. But when I got out of school, you know, I just started. I always been into hip hop though, you know what I'm saying? Since the early 80s, like, that's when I came up as a kid with all the, you know, KRS-Ones and the old school LL Cool J's and stuff, and I just fell in love with that, man. And when I got out of school, I kind of didn't do music for a minute. You know, I started finding things to do, like getting jobs. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just didn't think music was gonna be that thing for you. But I never stopped writing raps. You know, I got with some cats that I grew up with. We started a group, started spitting around. You know, just like doing it in the hood, in the backyard. It was kind of a hobby, just for fun. You know. And then people was like, yo, dude, you're pretty fucking good at that. You know what I'm saying? You should pursue it. It really wasn't until like I got with Aaron and then I met this cat, had a job I was working, that I really started doing it professionally. You know, we started a band, we ended up touring, it blew up, it got big, and that was just it. You know, I just kind of became Koan. The CTC kind of like its own city. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like a close-knit community. Everybody know everybody. Everybody parents probably went to school with each other. There's generations of people from over there who just like been there forever, you know. And it's you know, a lot people had a lot of negative stuff about the Ninth Ward at one time, but like in that time, like in the 90s, the whole city was just crazy like that, you know. But generally, the Ninth Ward was chill. Everybody knew everybody. You know, you went to school with them, or you seen them around the hood, and it really wasn't as bad as people thought it was, you know. It might have been bad for somebody from the outside of there,
right?
But, you know, people pretty much knew who your people was. You know what I'm
Call
saying?
your mama quick.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know your mama, I know your grandma, you know? Went to a private school. They gave us music at a young age.
Yeah.
I used to go to Orleans on the weekends, so private lessons on Canal Street. That's for the older folks. Y'all probably don't remember that. Palace Cafe is right now in the same building Orleans used to be. It was a giant music store.
Wow, I never heard of that.
I used to get private lessons there on the weekend and then school during the week. And I did that for a while, man. I played saxophone for like, I want to say 6 years or so before I even got to junior high school. I was already like in 5th and 6th grade. I was first chair all city band, all state band, playing concert music and stuff, you know. And I was supposed to go to Brother Martin, and I didn't want to go to that school, bro. I cried not to go there. I wanted to go to a school with a marching band, you know, like a black marching band.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit about the bands that was popping at the time.
Oh man, it's not the same as it was back then. You know, I mean, of course, you had the St. Augs, you know. You had the Kennedys, you had the Fauchés, you had the Lawlesses, you had the, pretty much, most of the schools had good bands. I came front, like, you know, back then it was, today is like, I don't know, the high schools maybe got couple.
Yeah.
It's pretty decent. I don't think the kids today, they might not have the same love for it, but.
Right.
7th and 8th grade, I played saxophone. 9th grade summer, going into 10th grade, I switched to trumpet.
Who made you want to switch?
Me, I just, like, I always listened to, like, Dizzy Gillespie and, you know, Wynton Marsalis a lot. my grandpa put me on jazz early, so and then when I got, playing saxophone was dope because it was concert music, mostly when I was young. And it's cool there, you have a place there, you fit in a certain thing. But when I went to band practice when I started going to Lawless in like the 6th grade, before I really even went to Lawless. I was sitting in front of trumpets at one point, and I just used to listen to them. I fell in love with the sound of it. I was like, oh my God, like I want to do that. But my band teacher at the time refused to let me switch. He was like, no, you play the saxophone. You will. This is what you're gonna do. He didn't want to have that.
Switched as soon as you went to school.
Yeah, and then so they had a little thing with the band director. We started to switch band directors, and the next, Mr. Lloyd Harris, in fact, he passed away recently. But he came and took over, and he didn't care what you played. He was like, you want to play trumpet? Get a trumpet. I didn't have a trumpet, right? And so rather than me going, like, ask my parents or whatever to buy me a trumpet, which they probably would have, they had a closet at the school with a bunch of, like, different horn pieces. I literally put the horn together. Like I just built it.
Built your own trumpet?
From pieces, yeah. I found the body, put valves in it, put all the tuning valves in it, tuning slide in it. And my uncle bought me a Shoki mouthpiece. I'll never forget the Shoki 14848. I played on that horn, and it had like a, I don't know if it's just because you put the horn together yourself or whatever, but it had like this sound that was just like, it just was unique. It had a unique sound.
Like custom built sound.
Yeah, it was like, this horn was like, I named the horn Lucille, but I'll never forget that. All right, so like fast forward, I'm out of school now, I used to just freestyle when we had parties at the house and shit, like when our family and shit would come over. I just get drunk or something and just start, start busting rhymes. You know how people,
Literally.
But like, I started doing it a lot, doing it more, and then we used to hook up in what we called the lab, which was like a little gazebo in our backyard when I was like my teen years growing up. And we'll go back there and roll up a bunch of blunts, put whatever the new hip hop was on, and just, vibe out, blaze up and vibe out. And my partner Les, he was really like the first cat that really just started rapping back then. We'll just be chilling, he'll just start spitting, we'll just be, vibing.
Yeah, right.
And I remember one day, I had never really told anybody I really write poems or, you know what I'm saying? Only a few people knew. But I was like, I'm gonna write a rap. And the next time we be in the yard, I'm gonna spit that bitch, you know what I'm saying? Fuck the head up right quick, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just spit that. So I wrote a rap, and sure enough, by the weekend, we in the bag, we drinking, we smoking. Let's get the rapping. You get the rapping. As soon as he finished his rap, I just came in there with that bitch. Everything just stopped when I finished and he looking at me like it was like, you know what I'm saying? I guess it was like good. It was like dude, like imagine a dude never ever done this ever before.
He just cut
and then all of a sudden he just boom, bust a rap and it's like, it's nice. It was like, no, that's you wrote that? It's like, yeah. And then it was like, oh shit, like at right that point, it was like we about to start a rap group. It never really got serious though, but we had some like real hood cred, dog. Like, across the canal they had a lot of cats rapping at that time. And then on street corners and like niggas' front yard or backyard, huge rap battles would just break out. Like
random.
If we was around, we probably was gonna kick one off, cause like my attitude as a rapper is very like serial killer. Like I might just decide to don't like you and spit on you,
right.
Like just for whatever reason, just cause that's what I like to do. And so I would always, and back then I was way worse than today. Like if you said 2 words that rhyme, it was like, oh nigga, it's on. Like yeah, I guess just young aggression, I don't know. But so you start getting this reputation around the neighborhood, like yo, like this nigga really be like, like get. But we was young. None of that shit really took off. It didn't do nothing. We was just rhyming in the backyard, honestly. wasn't until I got with my first band, EOE, that the shit got serious. And like, we played around the city for a while, and in 2005, we went on our first tour. We literally left the same Saturday people was evacuating for Katrina. And we went on our first tour, and it was dope. And then we couldn't come home, so we just kept doing it. So, you know, at that point, we was touring, we was doing like 4, 5, 6 weeks at a time, sometimes a bunch of cities. Sometimes 50 shows in one thing, you know, twice a day. We've done shows 3 times a day. Like, you know, we was just doing it. And that shit was fun, and I just kind of honed a whole bunch of skills doing that.
Yeah.
You know, you can't really get that experience no other kind. You just have to do it.
You gotta do it,
you know?
yeah.
You got to get over being jittery. You got to get over.
You gotta really do this.
Yeah, you know, you got to get over. Like if you have like this phobia of a bunch of people looking at you, you
gotta
can't
get
you're
over
not
that.
gonna- Yeah, that's you're not gonna make it like that. So basically, what happened with me was I had like this mental shift where it was like I stopped seeing the people. I stopped. All I hear was the band. That's it.
And just like you're in
It's
practice.
just me and the music and like a fucking void. Like I'm dead ass. Like I stopped hearing the crowd. I stopped seeing it.
You just started.
I'm just living in the music at this point. And right there is like, that's like dope.